Why does your location say you've been home for 4 hours when I just watched you pull into the driveway? I was sitting in my car across the street, engine off, the faint glow of my phone lighting up my hands. It was 11:42 p.m. in our quiet neighborhood in Naperville, just outside Chicago. The kind of place where nothing ever happens. Except tonight, something didn't add up. On my screen, her location, shared willingly months ago, back when trust still meant something, showed she'd been home since 7:38 p.m. But I had just watched her silver Lexus turn the corner and slowly roll into our driveway. For hours. For missing hours. And when she stepped out of the car, adjusting her hair in the reflection of the window, smiling to herself like she had just come from somewhere or someone, that's when I realized something was very, very wrong. And I didn't move. I just sat there, watching, waiting, because something told me if I went inside right now, I'd ruin the only chance I had to find out the truth. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. Her name was Melissa. We'd been married for 8 years. No kids. 2 stable careers. A clean house on Whispering Pines Drive. Weekend brunches at Maison Sabica. Annual trips to Miami. From the outside, we were the couple people envied. From the inside, I thought we were fine. That's the part that eats at you later. You replay everything, trying to pinpoint when it shifted. But nothing stands out. No big fights. No sudden distance. Just small things. Her phone started facing down. She began going to late client meetings more often. And the biggest one, the one I ignored because it felt too small to matter. She stopped asking me how my day was. That's when it started. I just didn't know it yet. The location thing happened by accident. We had both shared locations on Find My iPhone months ago during a trip to New York. Never turned it off. Never thought about it again. Until that Thursday. I was working late downtown Chicago, stuck in traffic on I-88, when I randomly checked to see if she was home. She was. 7:38 p.m. Good, I thought. But when I got home around 9:30, her car wasn't there. The house was dark. I stood in the driveway longer than I should have. Confused. Then I checked again. Still showed her at home. That's when the unease crept in. Maybe it's just a glitch, she said casually later that night when I mentioned it. She didn't even look up from her wine glass. It happens sometimes. I nodded. I wanted to believe that. I really did. But something about how quickly she dismissed it. That's when doubt started rooting itself. The next few days, I checked more often. Not obsessively. Just occasionally. And every time she said she was working late. Her location said home. Always home. Always early. Like clockwork. That's when patterns become evidence. So I tested it. On Monday, I left work early. Didn't tell her. Drove straight home. Parked 2 houses down. At 6:52 p.m., her location showed she was home. At 7:05, her car pulled into the driveway. Same thing. Again. And again. Each time, the same gap. 3 hours. Sometimes 4. Always unaccounted for. Always erased. That's when denial ended. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Because I knew one thing. If she was lying this smoothly, she'd lie better if I gave her a warning. So I stayed quiet. And I started watching. Her pattern was precise. She'd leave work around 5. Disappear. Then reappear home. On the app around 7:30. But physically, she'd arrive between 10 and 11. Every time. So I followed her. It felt surreal. Like I had stepped into someone else's life. She left her office building in Oak Brook. Drove west. Then north. And then, she pulled into a hotel parking lot. The Marriott on Freedom Drive. My chest tightened. But I didn't go in. I couldn't. Not yet. Instead, I parked across the street. And waited. 3 hours. Just like before. When she came out, she wasn't alone. He walked beside her. Confident. Relaxed. Like this was routine. Tall. Mid-40s. Clean cut. He opened her car door. She smiled at him. Not the polite smile she gave strangers. The real one. The one she used to give me. That's when something inside me broke. But I didn't move. I just watched. Because now, I knew. His name was Brian. I found out 2 days later. Senior partner at her firm. Married. 2 kids. Of course he was. That made it cleaner. Legally. I didn't explode. Didn't scream. Didn't confront. That's what they expect. That's what ruins your advantage. Instead, I became quiet. Very quiet. I hired a lawyer in downtown Chicago. Didn't tell anyone. Didn't even tell my closest friend. And then, I hired a private investigator. Within 2 weeks, I had everything. Photos, hotel logs, timestamped footage, even receipts tied to his corporate account. They weren't careful, because they thought they were invisible. That's the arrogance of people who think they're smarter than the person they're betraying. But the most important piece? The GPS manipulation. The investigator confirmed it. She had installed a spoofing app, made her location appear at home while she was somewhere else. Pre-planned. Intentional. That wasn't a mistake. That was strategy. That's when the last bit of emotion I had went cold. I didn't confront her right away. Instead, I waited. Because timing matters. And I wanted everything to land at once. I filed for divorce first. Quietly. Then I sent copies of the evidence. To Brian's wife. And then I waited one more day. That night, Melissa came home at 10:58 p.m. Same as always. Same smile. Same casual tone. Hey, babe. Long day. I looked at her. Really looked at her. And for the first time, I didn't recognize her. I know, I said. That was it. Just 2 words. Her smile faltered. Just slightly. Know what? I slid the folder across the kitchen counter. Didn't raise my voice. Didn't move closer. Just stood there. She opened it. Page by page. Her face drained slowly. Not panic. Not guilt. Just calculation. That's when I knew exactly who I had married. This isn't what you think, she said. Of course. It never is. I didn't respond. I just placed one more thing on the table. Divorce papers. Already filed. Already moving. That's when the panic hit. Finally. Wait, we can fix this. No, we couldn't. You were home, I said quietly. What? Every night. Your location said you were home. Her eyes flickered. Just for a second. But I saw it. And yet, you weren't. Silence. Heavy. Final. She tried everything after that. Crying. Apologizing. Blaming stress. Blaming me. But it didn't matter. Because I had already left. Mentally. Weeks ago. The fallout was precise. Brian's wife filed immediately. His firm launched an internal investigation. Corporate misconduct. Misuse of company funds. It escalated fast. He lost his position within a month. Melissa? She didn't lose everything. But she lost enough. The house. Most of the assets. Her reputation. Because in the end, evidence doesn't argue. We never had a screaming match. Never had a dramatic goodbye. Just paperwork. Signatures. Silence. The last time I saw her was in the courtroom hallway. She looked smaller. Not physically. Just diminished. I never thought you'd do this, she said. I looked at her for a long moment. Then said the only thing that felt true. You never thought I'd find out. I walked away after that. No anger. No closure speech. Nothing left to say. Sometimes people ask if I regret not confronting her sooner. If I wish I had tried to save it. But here's the truth. You can't fix something that was carefully designed to deceive you. Not when someone plans their lies down to the minute. Not when their location says home. But their life is somewhere else. Now the house is quiet. Different city. Different routine. But every now and then, I still think about that night. Sitting in my car. Watching her pull into the driveway. For hours late. And realizing she had already been gone long before that. The end.